This week in practice, we are going to be working on lots of twisting and also working on this like kind of wrap and reach action to get into the mid to upper back, so more of like the thoracic part of our spine, that really sticky upper back space. Um, and then there'll be quite a bit of like standing balance as well. So hopefully our bodies wake up as we ask them to hold us on one leg. I want to start just right away in some stillness though, so quiet meditation. We'll start in a belly down shavasana if that feels okay, if that feels like sustainable for a handful of breaths and moments. Otherwise, starting in a seat, and then you can transition to your belly down shavasana when we're ready to move from there. So whichever one's going to feel most grounding for these first few moments. And as you start to adjust into your starting shape, and maybe your belly down shavasana, perhaps a comfortable seat, take a moment to close down your eyes. Let's begin to turn your attention in the direction of your breath. And as you guide your awareness towards your breath, feel your body. Feel that relationship between inhale, exhale. The movements, the sensations within your body. And through breath and sensation, and feel yourself arriving more and more completely to this present moment. Feel your breath as an invitation to the present, to here and now, to your practice and this time that you have set aside to move with mindfulness, to move with intention, and to deepen your relationship with your body, with your breath, and the deeper layers of you, your heart, your mind. Just continue with your natural breath for a few more cycles. Simply noticing. And then over the next 2 to 3 breaths, start to gradually deepen your breath. And let that process be slow. Take your time to find a little bit of a fuller and more expansive breath in. And as your inhales deepen and widen, feel your exhales start to naturally lengthen and slow down a bit. Now, for me, the last couple months have been way beyond the top of my threshold, usually, of bandwidth, and trying to manage too many things. And the more I try to keep up with all the things that I'm working to manage, the faster time seems to go, and the further I feel behind. But when we slow down, when we make space just to be in stillness, you can help slow that tempo. You can trust that the things that need to get done will get done. And from this shift in state, right, we can change the energy of our day. From this sensation of rushing, being carried by the waves of life, to the experience of being and riding those waves, navigating them from a place of, again, mindfulness, from that place of an inner stillness, or at least a slower inner space. And so give yourself a few more moments and trusting that the shapes, the movements, the effort will come. That through awareness, we really truly have the power to shift our relationship to time. And we ask ourselves to sit in stillness and silence for even just a few minutes. Those minutes can feel really long. But when we're rushing to and from, a day can go by what feels like just a few hours. If your mind has started to kind of drift away, bring it back to your breath, let your breath get a little bit fuller again. And feel your exhales become really slow, really steady. Let them empty all the way. Starting to incorporate those little pauses at the bottom and at the top of each breath. And let's take a couple of cleansing breaths together. Let your next inhale be especially full and expansive, fill up. And then as you are ready, an open mouth exhale to release. Let's go one more time like that, a deep, expansive breath in. And then a cleansing, clearing exhale out of your mouth. A strong ujjayi inhale through your nose. And through your nose, that intentional ujjayi exhale. As you continue with that intentional ujjayi breath in and out. If you're not already in your belly down shavasana, go ahead and start to shift into that belly down shape. Breathing down into the earth. Maybe take a moment to bend your knees, a few windshield wipers if that would feel nice. And start to send your legs long if you had bent your knees. We're going to slide our right knee to the right into our belly down half frog. So right knee is about at a 90-degree angle in line with your right hip, all the way to your right ankle. Now from here, this next part's like a little bit funky, so hopefully this will translate over Zoom. You're going to start to press into your hands to lift your chest a little bit. Reach your right hand forward enough that you can kind of peel your heart away from the ground. And then you're going to use that to thread your left arm underneath you, across your chest. So left arm is reaching long across your chest, left palm flipped open to the sky. From here, we're going to spin open into a supine twist. So begin to roll open, twisting your heart to the ceiling. Let your right knee slide with you, right shoulder rolling back. And you can either prioritize keeping your right knee grounded, or you can let it float off the ground. Right shoulder can be floating or grounded. But just noticing how the twist feels different when you approach it from this entrance from the belly down space. Good. Take one more big breath here. And then as you are ready, you're going to start to just roll back the way you came. So as you start to roll towards your belly, let your right knee slide to the right. Unwind your left arm out from underneath you. Then send your right leg long to your belly down, Shavasana. We're just going to switch sides. So left knee is going to go left into that belly down half frog position. Use your left arm on the earth in front of you to push and lift your chest. Thread your right arm underneath your chest, right palm flipped open at the sky. From there, as you start to rest your right shoulder to the earth, slowly roll your heart open towards the ceiling, towards your twist, letting your left knee slide with you. And again, you can either have your left knee grounded or it can float. Left shoulder can be floating or grounded. Maybe both are off the ground. You might notice that the twist, when we approach it from the belly down space, maybe goes a little bit higher into your spine to that mid and upper back space. And just take one more breath. Good, and then take your time again, just sliding out the way you came in. Left knee slides wide. Unwind your arms from underneath you. Extend your left leg long and start to press back towards your child's pose. Let your knees go wide, big toes towards each other or to touch, and then melt your hips to your heels, arms out in front of you for one cycle of breath. If you feel like you need more time or space in your child's pose, no rush. When you're ready, you're going to shift forward into your tabletop position. Now, as you stack shoulders over wrists and hips over knees, find energy and intention through your hands. Then inhale to your cow pose. Start to drag the earth towards you as you scoop your heart and tailbone up tall, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to push down and forward through your hands to facilitate that transition to your cat pose. Chin to chest, and then actively tuck your tailbone so this rounding reaches all the way through your low back. Bending neutral through your spine. Anchor through your left hand and twisting open to the right to prepare for thread the needle. Big breath in, send your right hand high. Really twist your sternum to the ceiling. And exhale, thread your right arm underneath you. As you bring your right shoulder and the right side of your skull to the earth, tuck your hips a little bit left to right. And then as your hips stack over your knees, start to root down through the back of your right arm. You can either keep your left hand where it is and press into the earth. You can send your left arm forward, or you can reach your left hand up to the sky, kind of creating this capital L through your arms, and press the back of your left hand towards the wall that's behind your heart. Move a breath into the back of your heart space, deep inhale. And then on your exhale, bring your left hand to frame your face, and just unwind, big breath in, twist your right hand to the sky again. On your out breath, return to your tabletop, resetting with cat-cow. We inhale to cow. Open your front body. And exhale, press and curl, finding your cat pose, maintaining that space between shoulders and ears. Breathe into neutral and sweep your left hand to the sky. As you exhale, dive your left arm underneath you to thread your needle. You can adjust through your hips, draw your shoulders away from your ears. As you root the back of your left arm into the earth, you can experiment with those different options. So right hand can just be pressing into the mat beside your face. You could reach your right hand out in front of you, or you can flip your right hand to the sky. Collarbone spread nice and wide across your chest for a breath. Go ahead and return your right hand down to the earth. Bring yourself back into your tabletop. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Press your hips to the sky. Take a breath here. Find a slow pedal through your feet. And come back to your slow and intentional Ujjayi breath. From your paddle, begin to walk forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Soften your knees maybe a little extra generously for this first round, and then dive your heart to your thighs. Relax your skull heavy towards the earth. And then from this bend in your knees, you keep a pretty generous bend, but think about your sitting bones, your hip creases moving back and energetically towards the sky. Now keep that back and upward action through your hip creases, your sitting bones. As you inhale, start to lengthen your heart forward across the horizon, getting super long from crown to tailbone. And your exhale, forward fold, release. Knees stay bent. We're going to slowly roll up to standing. Head, arms, and tailbone stay heavy to the earth as you slowly roll to rise. At the top, take a shoulder shrug to open across your chest. And then inhale, both hands to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, take your fingertips behind your head. Gently draw your front ribs in and press your elbows, your upper arm bones back in space. On your inhale, you're going to lean to your right and reach your left elbow towards the ceiling. This doesn't have to be a really big action. As you exhale, start to bring it back to center. Next breath in, lean the opposite direction. Think about reaching your right elbow to the sky. As you exhale, slowly come upright. And then inhale, tilt your heart to the ceiling, really gentle back bend. Hands supporting your head. As you exhale, softening your knees a little bit. Think cat spine, round forward. You can also bring your elbows towards each other, so just a little curl crunch in. So we inhale to open back up, finding that slight back bend, heart to the sky. We're going to do one circle in each direction, so start to lean to the right like we started. Slowly circle around through center, chin to chest. You can lean forward as much as you want. Take it over to the left, and then back into the heart, opening little back bend. Pause, breathe in. And one circle the opposite direction, leaning to the left, right elbow reaches to the sky. Slowly circle around, chin towards chest, over to your right, ending in that gentle heart opening, sternum to the ceiling, big breath in. As you exhale, swan dive forward, let your arms melt beside you, and then hinge at your hips all the way to the earth. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. On your exhale, find your high plank position, plant your hands and step your feet back. We're getting really strong in your plank. Make sure to recruit your quads, your thighs. And then think about your armpits hugging towards your front hip bones. Keeping that integration, we inhale to shift forward. Knees up or down, exhale, lower all the way to your belly, slow and strong. At the bottom, untuck your toes, and as you anchor through the tops of your feet, start to light up your glutes. Inhale, low cobra, peel your heart up. As you exhale, lower down. Setting up for gecko, fingertips go wider than your yoga mat, tented on the earth, elbows towards the sky. Breath in, lifting through center. Peel your heart away from the ground. Maybe find a push through your hands. On exhale, you twist. Reach your left shoulder towards the right side of your yoga mat as you dip and twist. And your breath in, lift and lengthen through the midline. And with your breath out, take it to the opposite side. Right shoulder dips across, look over to the left. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, think about pulling your heart forward, shoulder blades draw together as you lower. Bring your hands to frame your rib cage. With your breath in, find up dog or option for cobra. Super strong length through your legs. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go up and back. Good. Resetting with a cleansing breath. We inhale through the nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And inhale your right leg to the sky. Find your three-legged dog. As you exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. If you want to take a hip circle here, take a breath here, movement or stillness. And then inhale to re-extend three-legged dog. On your breath out, right knee's going to go towards your left tricep, shift forward and twist. Hold for your breath in. And stay for exhale. Fall in triangle. Thread your right leg through towards the left side of your yoga mat. Begin to peel open. Let your left heel rotate down to the earth. And swim your left hand to the sky. This could also be a supported side plank. Right knee stacked beneath your right hip. From your left foot, can you swim your left hand overhead, side body stretch as you breathe in. Then going back to three-legged dog. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Inhale to reach your right leg to the ceiling. With breath out, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Lower your left knee down to the ground. Anjaneyasana, engage your inner thighs and lift your heart and hands. Back toes can be tucked or untucked, it's up to you. And from here, you're going to take your left hand to your right thigh and then take a back stroke with your right hand. So you're twisting to the right side of the room. Now notice if your right knee is collapsed to center, can we keep our right knee in line with our right ankle? Little bend through the left elbow, shoulders out of ears. And then use your left hand to guide yourself deeper into that twist. When you press the back of your right hand to the wall behind you. And keep your left hand where it's at for a moment. As you inhale, you're going to swim your right hand to the sky and turn your heart to face forward. With out breath, eagle wrap left arm underneath your right. And bring your forearms together. So the eagle arms that work for you. You're going to inhale to lift your elbows to the sky. As you exhale, think about drawing back as you cat your spine. Push down and forward through your right foot. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Imagine your elbows are going to draw through your rib cage toward the back of the room. With your next inhale, lift your elbows tall again. And as you exhale, unravel through goddess arms. Let your hands come down to the earth to frame your right foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, moving to our hamstring stretch, lengthen both of your legs. So this might be a good opportunity to catch a yoga block if you have one. If you're using one block, we're going to place it underneath your left hand, underneath your left shoulder. Yeah, you can also just use fingertips here. Send energy down and forward through the four corners of your right foot. An option for a twist here, reaching right hand forward across the horizon first. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, peel your heart to the right as you reach your right hand to the sky. Good. Take a big breath in. And a slow breath out. If you wanted to take a half bind here, you could take the back of your right hand to your outer left hip. You can even kind of wrap your hand underneath your left hip bone to bring your left hip up to square with your right. Peeling the right shoulder and elbow back. Okay, from whatever variation you're in, a low lunge, bend into your right knee, unwind. Move your block out of the way if you're using it. And step forward to your chair pose. Left foot will join your right. And then find your strong seat as you reach Utkatasana. Nice big breath in. On your exhale, begin to gather your hands to heart center. Recruit your low belly strength to find the active lift at the front of the bowl of your pelvis. Left foot will take your weight. Maybe you start by coming to right tippy toes. As you feel ready, flamingo your right heel up and in, drawing navel towards spine. Focus your gaze, find your drishti, and then slowly root to rise with a breath in, flexing right toes to the ceiling. On exhale, we're going to start to twist open to the right. Maybe keep your gaze forward initially until you expand your wings. And then if you would like to, you can start to rotate your gaze to challenge your balance, or it can stay forward. And also take your right hand to your sacrum to find square in your hips. And then as you have your right palm at your sacrum, use that to kind of hold your pelvis in space as you rotate deeper from there. Okay, moving with care, because it's a little tricky to unwind while standing on one leg, we're headed back into a high crescent lunge. So slowly unravel, maybe give your airplane a breath along the way if you're feeling steady. And then take as much time as you need to slowly and gently arrive to your high crescent lunge. Right toes arrive to the earth. Breathe in to lift your heart and hands. Good. As you exhale, you're going to let your left hand fall beside you. Start to find a side body stretch, leaning to your left. Right hand reaches up and over your crown. Breathe into your right side body. Good. As you breathe out, prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Palms come together. Notice, do you need to adjust your feet? Either lengthen your stance, widen your stance. Right? Find what works for you. Notice if your left knee has started to collapse to the midline, can we press our left knee slightly, energetically wide? Feel your outer left glute light up. Good. Buoyancy underneath your right hip bone, engaged through your core. With an inhale, reaching crescent, unravel at the diagonal, just one big moment to reach. Exhale, hands to the earth to frame your left foot. Take a nice big breath in. On out breath, we're going to go left knee to nose. Can you pull your left knee to your nose and pick your left foot up? Hold for your inhale. And stay for your exhale. Inhale, high plank. With your breath out, it's either chaturanga or downward facing dog. So high plank to either low plank or your belly. Breathe into up dog or cobra. And then exhale to find downward facing dog. And resetting with a breath. Inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. And we'll inhale left leg to the sky, three-legged. Exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. Take a breath here, stillness or hip circles. Think about pressing your right hip energetically to the left side of the room. Breathe into three-legged dog, left leg extends. Exhale, left knee towards your right tricep, shift forward and twist. Right, drawing through your low belly, hips in line with your spine as you inhale. Strong push through your hands as you hold for exhale. Falling triangle or supported side plank, send your left leg through. Rotating right heel to the earth, we peel open to the right, reach your right hand high. Feel from your right heel that line of energy as you extend your right hand overhead to the front of the room, side body stretch, breath in. And exhale towards three-legged dog, right hand releases. Inhale, left leg to the sky. On your out breath, slowly step your left foot forward to the top. Release your right knee down, Anjaneyasana. Strong inner thighs as you root to rise with your breath. From here, right hand's going to catch the outside of your left leg. Do that little backstroke with your left hand to peel open to your twist. Slide your shoulder blades down your back body, bend your right elbow a little bit, and start to pull yourself around to your twist. Left knee stays in line with your left ankle, so mindful of that tendency for your left knee to collapse to center. Keep your right hand where it's at for a moment as you swim your left hand high with your breath in. Turn your heart square to the front of the room. Good. Exhale to wrap right arm underneath left eagle arms. Inhale, lift your heart. On your exhale, think about pulling back. So draw your pelvis back as you tuck and curl, chin to chest. Elbows towards your belly. Tailbone towards the earth. Big stretch to the front of your right hip flexor. On your inhale, elbows scoop tall again. Maybe hips melt forward if that feels good. Breath out to unwind through your goddess arms. Hands come down to the earth. Moving to our hamstring stretch, tuck your back toes. As you lift your back knee, feel free to adjust your feet as needed, and then lengthen your legs. So again, maybe you are on your fingertips here. Maybe you place your block beneath your right shoulder. Right, take a moment first to press length through your left leg. So imagine you could press down and forward through your left foot, but you're also sending energy up and back through your left sitting bone. If you want to incorporate your twist, reach your left hand forward, deep inhale. And so just swim that left hand up to the sky on your exhale. Feeling your IT band. The option to stay here, drawing space between shoulders and ears. You could also go for that half bind, really peeling left shoulder back. And maybe your left fingertips kind of keep that buoyancy underneath your right hip bone. Noticing if your right hip is trying to collapse to center, keep it wide and square. Okay. Take one more in-breath. And then follow your exhale to melt into your low lunge, bend into your front knee. Move your block out of the way and step forward into Utkatasana chair. Breathe up into your chair pose. And as you breathe out, settle in, hands to heart. Check that your low belly activates. And notice how that low belly lift provides length and spaciousness to your low back. From there, right foot takes your weight, come to left tippy toes. And then as you feel steady, start to flamingo, left heel up and in. Re-engaging at your center, use an inhale to root to rise, focusing your gaze out in front of you at that single point, your drishti. And exhale, maybe a shoulder shrug or just press your collarbones wide across your heart. We're going to start to twist open to the left. Perhaps you keep your gaze forward initially as you turn to the left and spread your wings. Let's bring our left palm to sacrum here. And press palm and sacrum together, keeping hips square. Ooh, and use that to help you twist deeper through your upper back. Find a moment. You're taking your slow, controlled journey to a high crescent lunge. So as we unravel through our airplane pose, maybe a little bend in the right knee to help with stability. Where you can give your airplane a full breath if you would like. And then when you're ready to release, with control, gently place your left tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat and lift through your heart and hands, deep breath. Moving towards our side bend, let your right hand drape down to the earth beside you. And start to reach your left hand up and over. You could also take your right hand to your right hip and really gently, really gently encourage your hips towards the left. And see how that changes the stretch to your left side, maybe the left side of your low back. Good, breathe in. And your out breath, start to find your way into your prayer twist. So left elbow sweeps across. As you bring your hands together, take a moment to notice if your feet are in their ideal location. Good, elbow and thigh are leveraged, not only to twist, but also to draw length through the spine. So use your left elbow on your right thigh to pull your sternum forward. Think about pressing your sitting bones back. Okay, from here, re-engage everything super, super strong. Just for your inhale, unravel, reaching crescent, reach at the diagonal. One long, strong line of energy. And then exhale your hands to the earth, frame your right foot. Take a big breath in. On out breath, can you bring your right knee to your nose and pick up your right foot? Tuck in tightly, hold for inhale. We stay for exhale. Inhale, high plank. Breath out, chaturanga or downward facing. Giving space to each shape. Full in breaths, complete out breaths. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Take a deep and generous inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. You're going to build onto this in a moment, but first come to your tabletop, knees to the earth. Now we're going to take our tabletop gecko pose with a slightly different focus than I think I typically speak to. So from your tabletop, keep your hands forward, but shift your booty back a little bit so you can walk your hands wide for that gecko position, tenting your fingertips on either side of your yoga mat. From there, shift forward again, take a breath. And as you breathe out, start to drive your heart down to the earth. But more than down, think about pressing your elbows super, super wide. With your heart about in line with your elbows, and then really think about pushing your elbows to the width of the rim. You feel your collarbone stretch wide across your chest, and then inhale up through center. So now we're going to start the twist with the reach across. So take your left shoulder and bring it way over towards the right side of your yoga mat, starting to bend your left elbow. Then start to bend and twist. So just focusing on that across action more than the down action. When you're ready, inhale through center. As you find second side, think I'm going to reach the right shoulder all the way to the left side of my yoga mat, as far as it will go, and then bend your elbows. And just see if that changes the location of the stretch from where you usually feel it. Good. Breathe in through center. Exhaling through tabletop. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. So you're going to take the flow that we had created and we're just going to add on a little bit. Continue to customize to your body. Inhale, right leg to the sky. On your exhale, right knee towards your left tricep, shift forward and twist. Holding for breath in. And stay for breath out. Option to find, or to keep rather, your right leg lifted as you spin open to your falling triangle. So your right knee can stay bent and lifted, or you can extend your right leg forward, floating fallen triangle. Otherwise, you have supported side plank, regular fallen triangle, breath in. Swim your left hand overhead. Exhale towards your three-legged dog, landing left hand. Breathe your right leg to the ceiling. Then step your right foot forward as you breathe out. Make sure your feet are hips distance. Activate your inner thighs and slowly root to rise. Inhaling to the top. Notice that when you draw in through your inner thighs, that also helps to engage and activate your outer glutes. Okay, from here, right hand falls beside you, side body stretch, left hand reaching up and over. Big breath into your left side body. As you exhale, you're going to bring your torso upright and eagle wrap right arm underneath your left. Good. Inhale, elbows towards the sky, little back bend. As we exhale, we're going to bend our knees to 90-90, and then think about that curl crunch drawing back. Draw shoulders over hips, front ribs up and in, chin to chest. Good. Take your time here. One more breath. On our inhale, we'll slowly root and rise back up. As you exhale, this time unwind into warrior two. Left heel lands as you unravel your arms. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And reach your right hand high. Good. As you breathe out, slowly start to windmill down into your low lunge. Now step forward to your chair pose. Left foot meets your right. Big breath in, lift through your heart and hands. And then exhale, hands to heart. Sending your sitting bones further back and down perhaps. Draw in through your low abdomen and then start to shift into your left foot. Flamingo your right heel up and in. If you want a little spice on the entrance, think about sending your pelvis back and down a little bit first. And then root to rise with your inhale, one-legged mountain, right leg comes with you, flex your right toes to the sky. Exhale to arrive. As you inhale, can you grow taller through your crown, draw up and in through your pelvic floor. Breath out, twist to your right. Now you have the option to stay here. You could find extension through your right leg, so if you wanted to catch your big toe or the instep of your foot, you could find that assisted extension, or you can just lengthen your right leg in space and have it hover, which is a lot of quad. So either way, big breath in. Now on our exhale, if you have that right foot, go ahead and keep it long but hover it. If your knee is bent, that's fine too. Your left hand is forward, you're going to keep that. Your right hand is back, you're going to keep that. Slowly start to send your right leg back to airplane legs. So we're going essentially into this asymmetrical airplane pose. Your left hand reaching forward, right hand reaching backwards. Yep, so left hand's forward, right hand's back. You're airplane through your body. Slow motion, step your right tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat like high crescent legs. We're going exalted crescent, twisting to the left. Start to backstroke your left hand. Swing your right hand forward and up. Turn your heart to the left. Continue your right hand to the sky. Okay, if that didn't translate through just the verbal instructions, you're in an exalted crescent, twisted to the left, your right hand to the ceiling, left hand back in space. Big breath in. Prayer twist, right elbow hooks across. As your hands come together, try to create some space, or at least energetic distance between rib cage and left thigh, so we're not like hanging out on our left thigh. Turn your gaze to look out in front of your yoga mat, engage your core. Can you step your right foot forward to a prayer twisted chair, going slow and controlled if possible. Once you arrive, inhale, rise all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fingertips behind your head, elbows wide. Breath in, tilt your heart to the sky. Breath out, leaning to your right, draw one circle this way. You can soften your knees here as you round through center to the left and open. Big breath in. And then just one circle the opposite direction, lean to your left. Round through center. Over to the right. And open to the sky. Swan dive forward, melt down to your forward fold. At the bottom, take a halfway lift breath in. As you breathe out, chaturanga or downward facing dog. Good. Once you find your way back to down dog, let's find a cleansing breath. So deep inhale in. And open mouth exhale out. Okay, we're going to inhale left leg to the sky, three-legged. Exhale left knee towards your right tricep. Pause, take your inhale. Stay as you exhale. Your fallen triangle variation, option to keep your left leg lifted the whole time, whether you have that knee bent or extended. Micro bend the left elbow, take a breath in. Going back towards our three-legged dog, we exhale right hand to the earth. Use your in-breath to help you lift your hips and left leg. Exhale to place your left foot forward. Right, when you're ready, slow and strong, root to rise, high crescent lunge. With your exhalation, left hand drapes down to the earth, little side bend, right hand reaching up and over just for a moment. Breathe into your right side body. As you breathe out, you're going to bring yourself upright and eagle wrap left arm underneath right. And drawing the hips towards square. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, 90 your legs. Begin to curl and crunch, drawing shoulders back over your hips, tailbone towards the earth, chin to chest. Your shoulders away from your ears, take an inhale. Super strong as you hold for exhale. Breathe in, rise up. Maybe fall over like me. Exhale, warrior two. Unravel. Reversing your warrior one. Inhale, swim your left hand up and back. Okay, here we go. Exhale, windmill down, low lunge. Turn onto your right, tippy toes. Step forward to your chair, Utkatasana. Last big push. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Make sure your collarbones are wide, chest is proud. Transferring energy to your right foot, come to left tippy toes. Reactivate through your low core and flamingo, left heel up and in. For just a little bit of extra spice, send your hips slightly back and down for an inhale to rise, one-legged mountain. Right, breath out to settle. Find your drishti first, twisting to the upper body to the left. Maybe spread your wings. Again, ways to add challenge. You can move your gaze towards your left thumb. You could catch your left foot with your right hand. Find any degree of extension. Wherever you are, stay really tall through your torso, proud through your heart space. Okay, right hand is forward, left hand is back. We're going to find an asymmetrical airplane, keeping the arms. Just start to swim your left leg back, squaring your heart to the earth. Right hand's reaching out in front of you, left hand beside you. Big breath in. As you place your left tippy toes to the back of your yoga mat, you're going to windmill to the right, turning your heart to the right, exalted crescent. Again, if you didn't end up here, you're turning your heart to the right. Left hand is overhead, right hand's back in space, breath in. Okay, prayer twist, left elbow hooks. Palms come together. Think about pressing down, create upward energy through your hips and heart, and then look out in front of your yoga mat. Lean forward into your right foot. As you push through your right foot, engage your core and step forward, prayer twisted chair. Follow an inhale, root to rise all the way to stand through center. Exhaling, fingertips behind your ears, elbows wide. With your breath in with soft knees, so bend the knees a little bit, peel your heart up to the ceiling. One circle each direction, leaning to your left. Take your time, round forward, over to the right, back to center, breath in. One time the opposite direction, lean right. Cat spine through the midline. This can be as big or small as you want. Take it to the right and through center with your inhale. Swan dive forward as you exhale, let it go. Big breath in, lift up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees and sit down to the earth. Okay, it was quite the adventure for our Tuesday morning. Let's first do a little forward fold and then we'll lay backwards. So leg squat in front of you. Maybe untuck your booty from beneath your sitting bones. Inhale, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, think about pulling your thigh bones to the back of your yoga mat. If you tilt your heart forward, reach forward, 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 and all the way down. So just relaxing into your depth, whatever's available in this moment. Continue to pull your heels, your sitting bones towards the back of your yoga mat. As your heart and your crown energize forward to the front of the room. Shoulders sliding out of ears, take one more breath. If this is feeling really nice for your body, really nourishing, feel free to linger here. Otherwise, you're going to rise up. Bend through your knees, and then just make sure you have enough space to lay backwards. As you anchor your heels into the earth, strong core, take an inhale. And on your exhale, begin to slowly and with control roll backwards, placing yourself to the earth each moment along the way until you arrive in your full body stretch. Breathe in for a length, reach, extension, spread your toes and fingers. As you breathe out, gather your knees to your chest. Take a sway from left to right, side to side. And let this slowly start to migrate towards any version of happy baby. So hands can be at your knees, you can reach to your ankles, your feet. Think about a heavy rooted energy through your head, your shoulders, and your hips. Breath in. And then figure 4, right ankle on your left thigh as you breathe out. Option for your left foot to lower to the earth, or option to bring that figure 4 close to your heart. Either stillness, or you could explore a sway from left to right. And take a breath in. On exhale, we're going to be twisting our legs to the left. You can choose your twist, so you can keep the figure 4 legs. You can slide your right thigh across for eagle legs, or you could unwind your legs and stack both knees to the left. So any twist, legs to the left, maybe gaze tips over to the right. And take a slow and intentional inhale, directing that breath to your right side body. The out breath, the exhale be even slower than your breath in. And one more cycle. Good. From whatever twist you're in, you're going to unwind through center. Either knees to chest, happy baby, or maybe some windshield wipers through your legs. So just a little reset at center, whatever feels intuitive for your body. We're going to check in with second side real quick. So figure 4, left ankle on your right thigh. Choose your depth. Decide on movement or stillness. Can you soften your collarbones? Let them melt wide across your chest to help release your shoulders towards the earth. Maybe offer some ease to the space of your jaw. Take a breath in. And when you're ready to go to your twist, remember you choose your variation. We're going to tip our legs over to the right this time. Maybe let your gaze, your chin turn towards the left. And settling in for a few rounds of breath. Feeling that breath move into your left side body this time. Take your time to come back to center. Maybe one more reset, whether that's, again, windshield wipers, knees to chest, happy baby, maybe something else, taking any final shapes or movements. Here you could do a bridge or a butterfly or an inversion. And over the next 3 to 5 breaths, You're starting to navigate towards stillness, towards your Shavasana. Just honoring any requests from your body along the way, incorporating those as you go. And then when you are ready to settle in for the last few minutes of your practice, you'll adjust your body to the earth. You'll find yourself in stillness once again. As you find stillness through your limbs, mindfully observe the movement of your breath, how your breath will breathe itself without your effort, outside of awareness. The breath continues on its own. Just allow yourself to witness that rise and fall of inhale and exhale. That again takes place without any effort on your part. And this rhythm that sustains us. As you feel your breath, maybe also you can feel the beat of your heart. And can you soften the space between your eyebrows as you bring awareness to third eye center. It's focusing on the sea of intuition within your body, deep wisdom that exists within you. And then giving yourself these last few minutes just to be, to witness breath, to focus on that third eye space, allowing that deep wisdom within you to rise to the surface, to the forefront of your awareness. And let your next inhale just be a little bit fuller, a little bit more expansive. And then without any effort or control, just let your exhale empty away. Take another breath just like that. Feel a slight deepening of your inhale. A little bit of a stretch from the inside out as your breath expands. And then without effort, without control, just let the exhale sigh out, let it go. And then either staying in your Shavasana, held and supported by the embrace of the earth, or gathering hands to heart center, if that feels true for you today. And as we close our practice with gratitude for the practice of yoga itself, gratitude for our able bodies that move us across our yoga mats, the strength and space that is already available, for our breath that sustains us, and gratitude for this time that we got to share, moving mindfully and intentionally across our mats, present to the moment at hand. With gratitude, we'll take a nice deep breath in, And open mouth exhale to release. May yoga always provide us a path to compassion. May we practice that compassion in each moment and in all that we do towards ourselves, towards each other, towards the world within and around us. And our practices serve to teach us and lead us through our days, even when we are off of our yoga mats. Thank you so much for being here, and namaste.